Hi guys. Someone had asked me, I had made an Instagram post about my dill and how I was going to make some compound butter. So I thought I'd make a video and just kind of show you how I make my compound butter. So I have a half a block of butter here. We use real butter for cooking and eating. Canadian made butter especially. So I'm gonna put that in a bowl, and you have to kind of microwave it like about 10 seconds at a time, because you want it soft, but you don't want it too soft. You don't want it melted. So I'm gonna put it in the microwave. Let's do 15 seconds. So the other thing I'm doing is I don't want these big stalks of dill in my compound butter. So it's okay to leave that in there for a little bit while we clean up our dill. So you want these little fronds, which I'm cutting off. Of course, this is washed and dried. And you cut off the end. The flour is good to use too. And then put that over there. It smells so good. I love dill. Lennon really likes dill too. So I'm making this compound butter for with dill for when we have fish. So we like dill on our haddock. We like dill with salmon. If I make fish cakes, I can add this compound butter into my fish cakes for some added flavor. It's just a good way to keep your herbs when you can't necessarily use them all fast enough, because it preserves them too. So just gonna get these all cut off here. What else? So you need, like I say, you need butter or a butter substitute that gets hard. You need fresh herbs. You need a bowl. You need a microwave safe bowl. But I like to use this metal bowl because it's my favorite bowl. I know, it's kind of weird, but it is. So you need a bowl. You're gonna need saran wrap or parchment paper. I just realized I am out of parchment paper, so I'm gonna be using saran wrap. Gonna get all of this taken off. That's really tough. Do not cut yourself while making a video. We don't want to end up on YouTube. Although this video will end up on my YouTube channel in case you miss it. You can follow me on YouTube and you can see all the things that we're doing here on the homestead. You can see little things like this that I'm doing, ways that I am using my homegrown ingredients, where I get my ingredients, all that fun stuff, and just adventures with the family. I do have some videos I have to upload that I just haven't had time. It's such a busy time for me right now. Not necessarily making a lot of soap. My soap sales have slowed down, but there's so much herbs and things to harvest and to get that it's really busy. So big knife, and you know, your technique is your technique, my technique's my technique, but you got to chop this up, right? So you're gonna kind of, this is called like something like chiffonade. I'm not, you know. So we're chopping, and you want it to be kind of small because you don't want big chunks of stuff in your final dish, which the butter is going to melt away, and you're going to have whatever left of your herbs in your dish. And my people are not keen on green stuff, so they don't want big chunks of green stuff. So, you know, chopping. I did just buy a food processor, so that's pretty exciting. I haven't had a food processor for a long time because I killed mine doing cranberries. So yeah, I bought a food processor, pretty excited about that. So this is gonna go into your bowl. That's the bowl that you're gonna use to mix everything in the end. So I'm gonna go check my butter and see how soft it is. So I can tell by touching it that it's soft enough. It's got to be soft enough that you can use a spatula or something to mix it, but not melted. You don't want it melted because it's going to be hard to get into your roll at the end. So you're putting that in there. Now some people would add some garlic and some salt. Now my butter is salted. I don't like to add extra salt to my compound butters, but some people do. Some people make these to put on steak. So if you're making one fronds steak, you would put, you know, rosemary in it maybe, or thyme, whatever you like for an herb with your steak. Garlic scapes are a really good thing. You can chop them up and put them in. So you can see I'm kind of just smushing it all together and getting it really mixed up. I like a lot of dill in mine, so I didn't use like the full block of butter, but you could use a full block. So just, it's kind of hard, but you got to get it really mixed up. I suppose, well, no, I don't think I would use the food processor to mix this because it's probably going to end up getting too soft. And then when it comes time to roll it, it's going to be too hard to do. You'll see when I get my saran wrap out here that you want it like a bit hard. You can do it in a ball. I've seen them done in little balls. It's kind of picky to do that and kind of irritating. Believe me, when I was in cooking school, that was one of my jobs. Not fun to make those little balls of butter, compound butter. But they were mostly for a table setting in a restaurant setting. So if you were in a restaurant, you would get a little ball of compound butter on the side of your dish so that you could add it when you want. So I don't know if you can see, but all my dill is mixed in here. Now, let's get the saran wrap out here. I'm not a fan of saran wrap. I don't use it for mainly anything. I've had this saran wrap for, oh, I don't know how many years I've had this roll of saran wrap. So you're gonna pull out some, you know, just eyeball it with the size of your butter. And so you're gonna plop your butter on to your saran wrap or your butter substitute. There are butter substitutes that are vegan. So just kind of squish it down and you're getting it into, you don't want to get the saran wrap into the butter because what you're going to be doing is cutting it. But you're using the saran wrap to form a log. So it's kind of takes a little bit of time to get it to go right. I'm gonna squeeze mine out a little bit because I don't like my compound butter log to be too thick, too big around. I like to slice off nice small little slices. So you're kind of working it out. Anybody that played with Play-Doh knows how to make a snake out of your Play-Doh. So you're gonna make sure you don't get your plastic wrap in there, because then when you're slicing it, you're gonna be slicing your plastic wrap, and you don't want that either. You know, nobody wants plastic wrap in their butter when they use it. So that looks pretty good. I like to square off the ends, kind of make sure it's even so that when you're slicing it, you're getting even portions every time, right? So you can see there's my log. So what I'm gonna do is double checking to make sure my saran wrap's not in there. You don't have to take it off and put new saran wrap on, so you're just gonna wrap it up and you twist up your ends. Twisting up this one. And then you can either put another wrap of saran wrap on, which I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get a small sandwich bag. I think I have some, or freezer bag. Yeah, got some. So, smaller freezer bag. It's going to fit inside, because I can reuse this. Anybody that knows me knows I love to reuse. I don't like plastic. I keep plastic out of my house as much